I go on and on, can't understand how I last so long. I must have superpowers, rap 225,000 hours. Get a calculator, do the math. I made 1,000 songs that made you move your. And for the last 300 months, I made 16 albums with me on the front. Blow the whistle. Blow the whistle. Blow the whistle. Blow the whistle.
And moments ago, the national anthem and the mental preparation for the game ahead. Well, we can finally say it. The NBA regular season is about to get underway. And here at 2K Sports, we couldn't be happier. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan. Joining me in the booth, as always, Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. And at tip-off opening night, State Farm presents our starting lineups. First for the Mavericks, Collison is out there with Mayo. And holding down the middle out of Central Michigan University, the skilled and ambidextrous 7-footer, Chris Keeman. Then there's Marion, and it's Nowitzki in at the 4 spot. And for the Lakers, a star-studded backcourt of Nash and Kobe. And it's center the most dominant physical presence in the NBA, the elite defensive big man, Dwight Howard. Then there's world peace, and it's Gasol in at the 4-man position.
You know, guys, one of the reasons Dallas did not re-sign Tyson Chandler last year was they wanted to preserve some cap space. And they had Dwight Howard in mind, but Dallas has had to use their cap space elsewhere. But, you know, the key was just developing enough flexibility to give them a lot of different options. And I think that's always a factor for any NBA team.
Tip-off goes to the Lakers. Nash outside. He dishes it to Howard. Outside for Kobe. Howard with a screen on Mayo. Kobe with it. Picked up by Nowitzki. Gasol backing down. 2 on the clock. And it's good. The time running down on the shot clock. Gasol's got the first points up on the board tonight here for the Lakers. Dallas, to me, Steve, always seems a team very mindful of upcoming free agents and cap space restrictions. One of the reasons why they made the moves last year. Even if, Clark, they don't get a big name, they always seem to be in the mix some way.
Well, they're always hovering around, and I think it points to the savvy of the front office there, Kevin. And that's really what allows teams to be competitive over long periods of time. It's not just about the players you have and their talent, but it's how you acquire players and piece together your team.
They're very forward-thinking, aren't they?
Yeah.
Well, he wasn't going to miss that. I mean, they were way too late to get to him out there.
Kobe attacking. Takes the turnaround J. Howard, that's good.
You know, he didn't need to make the layup complicated. I mean, it's not a trick shot contest, but he decided to go for a little extra flavor on that one.
Yeah, probably the most dominant defensive presence in the league today. Actually, there's no question about it. He is. Covers so much ground. He's big. He can jump. He anticipates. He just changes the entire team's defensive outlook when he's on the floor.
Yeah, steals, rebounds, and most dramatically blocks shots. He brings an athleticism, does Howard, to the center position that we've not seen in a long time. Boy, is he spit polished offensively. His ability to break down defenses is one of their driving forces.
Nash gets a screen from Howard. Nash kicks to Howard. And stolen by Keenan. Collison against Gasol. Here's Marion. Dwight Howard pulls it in.
Well, Dwight Howard, a multi-year winner of the Defensive Player of the Year award. It's such a huge factor, literally and figuratively, at that end of the floor. Takes up a ton of space, and he's so rangy with his athleticism. Covers so much ground.
Here's Gasol. Flees off the pick and hammers it home.
Boy, that's some physical basketball out there. I'm glad I'm not in the middle of that. A hard pick and an assault on the bucket.
Old school stuff there.
Yeah, there's a lot to like on that play.
Now here's Nowitzki. And boy, that looked like goaltending. Yes, it is, and so they will award the basket there.
He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
Now, not a popular call, as you can hear in the background.
Not at all. Unanimous disapproval of that whistle.
Kobe passes to Gasol. Puts it up from 12. It's rebounded by Dallas. Talk about Howard's ability to cover ground. At his size, Clark, has there ever been a player more athletic or even as athletic?
Perhaps not when you factor in leaping ability, quickness, strength, all of those things. Others have him edged in one or two of those areas, but the total aggregate it's going to be hard to find anybody that surpasses Dwight.
Now here's Nash. Dirk Nowitzki unable to get his shot to go. 6 on the shot clock from 12 feet out. The shot by Nash, no good. The Mavericks trailing. This, of course, their first opportunity to play the Lakers.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the dynamic is between these two clubs, Kevin, because they'll face each other 4 times this year.
Outside Mayo. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket. Lakers have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Kobe kicks to world peace. He passes to Nash. And he drops that one in. Nash has got his first 2 points. And with the 4 games between them that Steve just brought up, how many times have we seen a season series that long get more and more heated as it goes along?
Well, Kevin, we see that all the time. And if this one is closely contested here today, that's exactly what will happen again. I mean, the second game will increase in intensity, no question about it.
Might get a little chippy.
Yep. That's a nice job of getting the ball in the paint and burying the shot. That's exactly how it's done.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
A bit ago, Mike Brown and I were able to chat. Coach told me that defensively, he's not even sure how you contain Dirk Nowitzki offensively. He said he really has an unstoppable shot with that turnaround. I don't know how you stop it, but we're going to try. Guys, it always helps to have those athletic, rangy defenders who can at least get a hand in his face. We'll see what matchup they go with defensively.
Thanks again, Doris.
Well, he's really having a nice quarter, made some big shots for him.
Collison against Nash. Shot's good. Nash has got 6 points.
Great move to get to the bucket and lay that one in. He's got the softest touch around the basket. Impressive.
Courtesy of the 2K leaderboard, here's a peek at the league's top scores from a season ago. Second, Kobe Bryant.
Well, anytime you can be one of the best scorers in the league, that's special company and something you should be proud of. It's not easy to do on a consistent basis to be amongst the scoring leaders.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Carter's checked in, and the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. Matt Barnes is checked in for Pau Gasol. Mavericks trailed by 4.
You know, with the Lakers, it's all about winning titles. Anything else is considered a disappointment. They were tested early, though.
The Lakers have gone 7-9 from the field. A really nice start offensively for them. The dish to Kobe. Back to world peace. Takes the 3. Here's Howard. Goes to the reverse layup and pops it in. Howard's got 5.
Excellent job carving out space under the glass to make that putback possible.
Go back to that matchup for the Lakers against Denver. Kobe's illness, got the stomach flu, Artest out with the suspension, Meta World Peace. You know, had gotten the late regular season suspension with the elbow to the side of the head of James Harden. Steve, they were certainly facing their struggles.
Yeah, and those struggles caught up to them in the next round, Kevin, when they lost to the Oklahoma City Thunder, the younger, more talented team winning in that one. So for the Lakers, you know, moving forward, they've got a lot of talent, but it's aging talent. And sooner or later, they're going to have to get younger on that roster.
Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Jordan Hill, he's checked in for Howard. Jamison comes in for Meta World Peace. Jody Meeks, he's checked in for Kobe. And Steve Blake is subbed in for Steve Nash. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Chris Kaman is checked in for Nowitzki. Brand comes in for Sean Marion. Dante Jones, he's checked in for O.J. Mayo. And it's Bobo in for Darren Collison.
You think about Mike Brown and his arrival in LA. He forged a relationship with Kobe right away. And I think that's important. You've got to be on the same page as your star player. He and Kobe would text each other after games well into the night. And that relationship was important in helping Mike Brown establish himself in LA.
Clock at 4. Here's Jamison. Great D that time from Brand. Mavericks trailed by 6. Carter drives in. That's good. And Kobe has been very complimentary of Mike Brown. His preparation, his attention to detail, Steve.
And in that regard, I think Kobe and Coach Brown are very similar. You talk about the preparation and the focus and the will to win. There's a bond between them, and it really grew last year. They have a good relationship. I think that will help Mike Brown as he continues to grow in this role as the coach of the Lakers.
Out of bounds, Dallas takes possession.
And a look here at how the Lakers ranked in the NBA last season. 2nd in rebounding, 7th in assists. And they were a top 10 team in field goal shooting. Not bad for a team that's got an awful lot of young, talented players.
And this is a team that really relied most heavily on the rebounding numbers that you talked about. I mean, at top 5, they're a team that likes to attack the lane at both ends of the floor, really control the glass on defense, and try to pound you inside with the offensive boards.
Now here's Barnes, looking for his first bucket of the game. And the foul called on Delonte West. That's his first foul. Paul Gasol is checked in for the Lakers. Then for the Mavericks, Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for Marion. And Dominique Jones subbed in for Cunningham. It's stolen by Jones. Kicks it to Brand. Nowitzki outside. Dishes it to West. Brand sets a screen for West. Here's Nowitzki. The offensive rebound. He kicks to Jones. Out to West. Another shot. Some solid defense from Gasol.
Had a pretty good look at the basket, but defensively they did a nice job rotating, forcing the miss.
Gasol, a screen on Carter. Kobe dishes to Gasol. Working on Brand. Here's Barnes to end the drought. And there's the feed to Morris. Kobe against Jones. Here's Ebanks. And again, no good by the Lakers.
What a display of rebounding we've seen from them in this first quarter. Wow.
Yeah, big rebounding advantage early. No question, this team came to play. You just can't let him get that close to the hoop.
Kobe kicks to Ebanks. Back to Kobe. Kobe gets a screen from Gasol. Kobe goes in. Shot clock at 5. Here is Ebanks, defended by Carter. And it's Ebanks missing. And here we go. The Mavericks on a fast break. Jones. And he hits it to tie the game up. Jones has got his first points of the night. Outside, Kobe. The 17-footer goes down.
That mid-range jumper, just another one of his weapons.
And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Lakers on top, leading by just 2. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in just a moment.
Bring your costume. It's Halloween in the NBA. Dirk Nowitzki and the Dallas Mavericks go up against Al Jefferson and the Utah Jazz this Wednesday, 10 Eastern, 7 o'clock Pacific.
And back to the action again. Everyone excited to be playing for a fresh new year. And from what we've seen so far from the Lakers, guys, what are your thoughts?
And this team has done a nice job on the glass. I think that's how they've built this lead. They've been very physical, really established a presence in the paint.
Well, they've chased down those balls. As soon as they've hit the iron, they've been chasing them down. That's been a solid effort by them.
Mayo, the pass to Nowitzki. Over Jamison. Nowitzki's shot is no good.
Well, when you talk about Dwight Howard, the first thing that comes to mind is that dominant interior presence. Defensively, he can do it all with his tremendous strength and athleticism. And offensively, he's made steady progress to the point where he's a 20-point-a-game scorer, big-time player.
They get it again. Out to Nash. Jamison with a screen for Nash. Outside for World Peace. Over Jones. And it's World Peace missing.
You know, that mid-range jump shot is not his strong suit, even when he gets a good look like that.
And you look at the way Dwight Howard overshadows the center position in the NBA right now. And, you know, you could argue he's one of the all-time great centers in the league. Mark, do you think, from his perspective, that's a good thing?
I'm not necessarily sure. You got to be careful how much praise you heap on young players. Everybody handles it differently. I think you're better served to earn it over time before people start making proclamations about the great this, the great that. I think you'd love to see more great centers or outstanding centers emerge who could stand toe-to-toe with Dwight and really challenge him to continue to push himself to be the best.
Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
No doubt, guys, one of the biggest moves of the offseason, the sign and trade deal which brought Steve Nash to Los Angeles to play for the Lakers. After a long and sometimes bitter rivalry between the Lakers and Nash's former Suns teams, many, including Nash himself, questioned whether it could ever be a fit with him in purple and gold. But for Nash, it was important to stay close to his children who live in Phoenix. And playing for the Lakers gives him an opportunity to pursue an NBA championship. Really, the one great NBA achievement that, as of yet, has eluded him. Guys, it may take some getting used to, but Steve Nash is certainly a great get for the Lakers.
We know they'll be fun to watch, Doris. Thanks. Hill dishes to Barnes. Here's Meeks. Here's Hill. Got it. Good job in the low post.
You know, down there in the low post is where you really want to create a lot of your offense.
The Mavericks have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. And Bobois kicks to Marion. And it's blocked. And that'll be Dallas as it goes out of bounds. Mavericks retain possession. Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Pau Gasol is checked in for Jamison. Ebanks comes in for Matt Barnes. Kobe's checked in for Meeks. And Darius Morris subs in for Steve Blake. Then for the Mavericks, Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for Brand. Dominique Jones comes in for Cunningham. And Delonte West is subbed in for Roddy Bobois. West outside. Nowitzki. Blanketed by the D. Fights to the rim for the layup. Nowitzki's got 8 points.
Well, last year was a struggle for Dallas. They lost Tyson Chandler in the offseason. And, you know, the lockout condensed season was tough for them with the age of Kidd and Nowitzki. And I think where it really showed was on the road. Their performance in visiting arenas just wasn't what it was in previous years.
Yeah, Steve, you look at the standings for the past 2 years, and the Mavs, one of the 2 toughest road teams in the league. But Clark, last year they really struggled. They didn't have that same edge away from Dallas.
13-20 was their final road record, Kevin, and that's a far cry from what they're used to. It's really a big part of why they didn't win their division and had to settle for the 7th seed in the Western Conference playoffs.
And Kobe, here we go, over Jones. The shot by Kobe, no good.
That's very uncharacteristic for him to miss that shot with such little defensive pressure. And not much resistance on that jam.
Yeah, defensively, you're right, not a great sequence.
Well, they lost track of him, and they paid the price.
West, right side, shoots from the right block. Second chance shot. The shot by Marion, no good.
You know, with the way they've dominated the glass so far, I'm a little surprised it's still a close game.
Yeah, you've got to take advantage. I mean, you're getting extra possessions, but you're not knocking down shots.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Boy, the defenders have to make sure they tag it.
That's good. Jones has got his second bucket. Lakers trail by 6. Feeds it to Ebanks. Pass to Hill. The pass to Ebanks. It's back to Hill. Plays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that,
Well, they haven't been getting lit up from outside here. All the points they're giving up are from in close. They've got to offer more resistance.
Yeah, defense has to get better, Clark. They've got to body up, bump somebody, get physical, force the action back out to the perimeter.
The Lakers making a switch here. World Peace is checked in. O.J. Mayo is checked in for the Mavericks.
What an amazing trick shot to confound the defender. Oh, man, that's awesome. He's taking him to school right there.
Morris passes to Hill. Nowitzki with the steal. Carter with it. Picked up by World Peace. West outside. Pass to Marion. Over to Saul. The shot by Marion, no good. Lakers trail by 6. Kobe gets a screen from Gasol. And that one's good. 6 points for Kobe Bryant.
And when you play against him, guys, you know that it's going to be very tough to deny him if he gets in close. So you've got to body him. You can't let him get positioned down by the hoop. Otherwise, he'll just torture you down there.
And with him, given how well he shoots the ball, sometimes it doesn't matter how tight the defense is on him. As long as his shot isn't blocked, chances are he's knocking it down.
Hill a screen on West. Here's Morris. He feeds it to Hill. Marion with the steal. It's Mayo on the wing. Covered by World Peace. There's Carter with nobody on him. He buries the jumper. Carter's got 8.
Nice bounce back year for Vince Carter last year. I think he found a nice role with the Mavericks. Coming off the bench, he shot the ball well, especially from long distance.
Dwight Howard, he's checked in for the Lakers. Nash comes in for Darius Morris. And then for Dallas, Chris Kamen's checked in for Nowitzki. Jones comes in for Vince Carter. And it's Collison in for Delonte West. And the Lakers making a change here. Jameson's checked in.
And guys, for Carter last season, I think he got off to a really strong start, but he did wear down a bit as the season went on. He had a good year from long range, but his field goal percentage as a whole dropped quite a bit. Just not quite able to finish as much around the goal as he did in his younger days.
Just 3 to shoot from the arc. Rebounded by the Lakers. Howard's got 8 rebounds in this game.
As great as they've been on the board so far, they just haven't found a way to get out on top.
Yeah, but if they continue to rebound, they can put together a little run here and cut into this lead. You know, I heard an interview with Kobe. They asked him when he knew he was special at basketball. And he said he scored 60 points in a game back when he was 6 years old. 60.
Elton Brand's checked in for Sean Marion.
Another trip to the line, and he's right on the mark. He's not a guy you want to get in the habit of putting on the strike. Well, I like that he's come up with some big baskets for this team to help him out in getting this lead.
And Steve Kobe obsessive about the game at a young age. Even at 6 years of age, he was already focused on developing his left hand. You know, his dad played in the NBA for such a long time, guided him along, grew up basically in Italy where his dad was coaching pro basketball. Clark, he was exposed to so much. But obviously, from a very early age, he was very focused.
Well, Joe Jellybean Bryant, his dad, who played a long time in the NBA, 9+ years, and then another 7 in Europe or so. So he's been around the game and has grown up in what has been the family business for Kobe.
And, of course, the Lakers shipped off Lamar Odom before last season started. And just got a late first-round pick from Dallas in return. Not exactly what you would expect in terms of, a player of Lamar Odom's caliber. You'd think they could have done better with that deal.
Blake guarded by Mayo. Howard with a screen on Mayo. Here's Blake. Outside for World Peace. And again, the Lakers no good. Mavericks leading by 8. Jones with it. And it's Howard picking him up. Jones dishes to Bobo. Shot is blocked. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Nash. That's good. Nash has got 10.
Boy, they are really getting chewed up inside here. I mean, that's 8 of the last 10 points they've given up inside, in the paint.
Yeah, and the paint should be sacred ground for a defense. I mean, you can't let anybody just trot in there and get an easy bucket.
Jones kicks to Mayo. Over Blake. Mayo. That's good. 12 points for him. The Lakers ended up being fine with how they played, but really, as you say, it seems like they missed out on getting more in return.
Yeah, the whole trade appeared to be sort of a panic move. I mean, they didn't play well early, but ultimately adjusted. And I think that trade definitely hurt them early last season.
He dishes it to Kaman, and he can't extend the lead to double digits.
He was right there, but the defensive pressure forced that miss.
Well contested. That really made it a tough shot.
Nash the pass to Blake. His three-pointers off the mark. Out to Nash. There's the dish to Barnes. And stolen by Kaman. Jumps up. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Nicely done. They've really attacked effectively in transition.
There's no doubt about it, Steve. Their quickness has given them an advantage. I mean, I've liked the way they've pushed the ball all game.
Howard setting the pick for Nash. Kicks it to Barnes. Shot off the screen. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Kaman's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Howard. And so he draws the foul on the shot on trip to the line to shoot 2.
Now some nice work in this quarter, finally being aggressive and getting to the free throw line.
And trying to battle back, that's the way to go. I mean, you take your opponent out of their rhythm, and then you extend the game.
And the Lakers with some changes. Pau Gasol's checked in for Barnes. Kobe comes in for Meta World Peace. And it's Jody Meeks in for Steve Blake. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for King. Marion comes in for Elton Brand. Vince Carter, he's checked in for Dante Jones. And it's Cunningham in for Roddy Bobo. Kobe dishes to Gasol. Back to Kobe. Defended by Carter. Kobe attacking. Dunked hard with one hand.
That was a hole punch jam there, Kevin.
Nice finish.
Yeah, you got to love the way he just capped off that strong move.
And Nowitzki backs in. Dishes it to Cunningham. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Dirk Nowitzki. Cunningham's got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, for him, that finger roll is almost second nature. That's a tough shot for most players.
Here's Howard with 1 on the clock. And that's going to do it. Some good defense down the stretch to end the quarter. And so we conclude the first half. Matt.
Now, presented by Sprint.
With a few games of the new season already under our belt, we're back in the NBA groove. This is 2K Sports. For the Dallas Mavericks, they have the lead against the Lakers. A young NBA season. They're looking to climb over 500 with a win here. It's been an O.J. Mayo clinic in this one against the defense of the Lakers. Shooting nearly 70% so far, a gaudy shooting percentage, the MV of everybody playing tonight. And hanging tough, the Los Angeles Lakers. They've got to do a better job protecting the ball and valuing each possession. They've not done that. Their turnover numbers way too high through 2 quarters. For Meta World Peace, he's just out of sync so far. Everything's been rimming out for him. He's got to be frustrated. Checking out some of the games still in progress. A close game at American Airlines Arena. The Heat battling against Boston. Second quarter action and a close one. Checking out what lies ahead for us. For the Wizards, they'll be up against the Cavaliers in Cleveland. And a little Eastern Conference mix-up for you there. Tip-off is at 7 Eastern. Now let's head back out to the start of the second half. Kevin Harlan, Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, take it away.
And welcome back. 2K Sports presentation of the NBA. What a season in store for us.
How about O.J. Mayo in this one? He's got 14 points, and he's drained 2 bombs from beyond the arc.
Which is something they need, Clark. It really improves their versatility when he's knocking down the 3 ball.
Collison against Nash. Collison kicks to Kaman. Right side, Mayo. Nash comes with the double team. Can't cash in on the 10-foot jumper.
Guys, Mavericks coach Rick Carlisle is well respected as a strategist and an X's and O's guy. He's got tremendous command of the game. I was able to enjoy working with him when he was with the Pacers as the head coach. He's a guy night in and night out. He's going to put his team in the best position to win based on how he operates.
Pretty bad defense, letting the offense get right to the rim, but smart play to foul once he was there.
But you know what's going to happen, and they sent a message right there. Nothing easy inside.
And going back to Rick Carlisle, I think he's one of the best coaches in the league. Offensively, his teams run great stuff. They execute. They pay close attention to details. And then defensively, he really juggles his lineups and his zone defenses. He mixes in a matchup zone. So I think Rick Carlisle is one of the best in the business.
And the shot is good.
Doing a nice job of knocking down jump shots, aren't they?
Yeah, they are, Steve. I mean, their mid-range game has been formidable and right on task. Really picking this defense apart.
Rebounded by Collison.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
You know, Steve Nash is one of the most amazing stories ever in the NBA in terms of late career success. I mean, we're talking about a player who didn't make his first All-Star game until he was 27. And yet in his 30s, he won 2 league MVPs and was back in the All-Star game last season again.
They double team Howard. Outside, Kobe. 6 to shoot. Off target with his 3. Mavericks leading by 12. It's off his foot. And it's being called a kickball. Here's Collison. The 12-point lead, their biggest of the game. Collison off the pick from Nowitzki. Mayo kicks to Kaman. Over Howard. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. The Mavericks have shot 67% from the line tonight, going 4-6.
Well, they were a fairly decent free throw shooting team a year ago, Kevin, about 77% from the line.
And you can't take those numbers lightly, fellas. I mean, their free throw shooting made a difference for them in a lot of their games last season. And you know, again, going back to Steve Nash, he's 38 years old, and last season, guys, he shot 53% from the field, averaged around 11 assists a game. I mean, statistically, that's as effective as he's ever been in his Hall of Fame career. It's absolutely mind-blowing that he's playing at that level at this age. No question about it, guys. He's been one of their best performers today.
Well, while we have a second, let's go to the 2K leaderboard for a list of the league's top shooters from last season. Second is Dwight Howard.
Well, I tell you what, this guy probably did not want the season to come to an end the way he was shooting the ball. He wanted to keep going.
Mayo against Kobe. Mayo kicks to Nowitzki. Shot clock at 6. Dallas moving it around. Shot by Mayo is no good.
You know, a lot of people predicted that the Mavericks defense would really collapse without Tyson Chandler last year after he left for New York as a free agent. But their defensive numbers were solid. They were really good. So the structure and the foundation that Rick Carlisle has built has been able to withstand some of those personnel losses.
Collison against Nash. And that one's good. Nash has got 4 points this quarter.
Love the finish there. Not much defense, though.
Well, you look at the stats for the Mavs, Steve, and Dallas, second-best team in the West when it came to opponent field goal percentage. Clark, that's a very good mark for them.
Excellent mark, Kevin, and they've come a real long way from when the Mavericks were viewed as a team that only scores and doesn't really play any defense. Rick Carlisle, one of the outstanding coaches in the league, really helped reshape them.
And as Steve said, that's including losing Chandler.
Yeah.
You know, they were able to still play good D.
That's right.
Goes straight up.
Steve Nash is an 8-time All-Star, a 2-time MVP. I think a lot of people forget about that, and also has this unfortunate distinction. He's played the most playoff games of any player who didn't make the finals, but that still doesn't diminish what's been a Hall of Fame career.
Those were back-to-back MVP tests,
right.
by the way. Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Jamison comes in for Pau Gasol, and Matt Barnes is subbed in for Metta World Peace. Dallas also making some changes. Brand comes in for Chris Kaman. And it's Carter in for Sean Mary. And it's Mayo, that time on the assist by Collison. Collison's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. When you go back to Nash, you could argue he's really accomplished everything you could hope for in the NBA, except, Steve, winning a championship, as Clark just mentioned.
Well, it reminds you a little bit of John Stockton, who was probably the dominant point guard of his era. Also didn't win a championship, but now with him joining the Lakers, though, you figure he'll have a great chance of getting that ring. He's playing with some talented players in L.A.
Nowitzki, the pass to Mayo. Right side, Mayo. Shoots over Kobe. Shot by Mayo is no good.
Strange trend here, guys. They're totally controlling the glass, but they still trail.
You get the feeling that one is going to correct. Either they'll lose their edge on the glass or catch up in points sooner or later. We'll see.
Barnes dishes to Kobe. Guarded by Mayo. Here's Howard. That's good. And it's Kobe with the assist. And that's now 11 points for Howard.
Yeah, we're now starting to see them get some high percentage shots in the paint.
Yeah, that's 5 of their last 6 buckets inside the lane, so they're getting really high percentage looks down there.
Nowitzki, no good.
Looked like he was maybe showboating a little bit. That fadeaway, really no reason for it.
Shot from the wing. Kobe, no luck.
Can't get a much better look than that, though.
Sure can't. Not one you'd expect him to miss there.
Nash with the block.
He's yet to make an impact from the field, but his team is taking care of business.
Jamison with a screen for Nash. Makes the lead pass. Outside for Kobe. Jamison with a screen on Mayo. Kobe kicks it over to Nash. Outside, Jamison. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
Let's take a quick look to last year's numbers for Steve Nash. 2nd in assists, 4th in free throw percentage. And he seemed to have a great touch from inside and out. He was in the top 15 in field goal percentage.
And, you know, going back to his assist, I mean, he was number 2 in the league in assists. One of his greatest attributes as a player is his peripheral vision. And he's willing to make the extra pass. And he showed that big time last season.
Pulls it from the elbow. Mayo, that's good. Mayo's got 6 points in the quarter.
Great display of that mid-range touch right now.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with taking a step in and knocking down a few. I know you were a great marksman from the three-point line, but sometimes people only see the game in threes and layups. But that mid-range game is alive and well here tonight.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Pau Gasol's checked in for Howard. World Peace comes in for Antoine Jamison. Jody Meeks, he's checked in for Kobe. And Steve Blake is subbed in for Steve Nash.
Staples Center was just an unwelcoming venue all around last season, and the Lakers did their part by defending the home court not only with pride, but passion too.
Lakers always tough, as you mentioned, Clark, here at home, and last year no different. Ended up 26-7 here inside the Staples Center. Was a big part, Steve, of why they were able to win the Pacific Division.
Well, any team that is a serious championship contender, Kevin, is going to control its home floor. And the Lakers, despite the fact that they lost in the conference semifinals, they were a contender, and they controlled their home floor pretty much all season long.
Beaubois, the pass to Marion.
You know, it is really hard to miss shots that close to the basket.
Lakers trail by 7. Blake dishes to World Peace. Gasol. Kamen's there. World Peace with it. Jones covering. Off the screen. Can't hit. And the Mavericks going the other way now. They've led by as many as 14 points. The shot by Marion, no good.
Nothing seems to be going down for him today. And you can see the strategy has been to take the ball inside here.
That's where you get high percentage looks and draw fouls, Steve, and it's a good way to play.
Blake kicks to Gasol. Kamen's there. Gasol inside, defended by Kamen. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Well, it was an eventful season for Pau Gasol a year ago. Almost got traded before the season started for Chris Paul. The NBA rescinded the deal, and Pau then went on to play for the Lakers the remainder of the season, but did not make the All-Star team.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for Kaman. Mayo comes in for Dante Jones. Delonte West's checked in for Cunningham. And it's Collison in for Roddy Bobois. Blake with it. Now Mayo defending. Here's Meeks. Barnes launches a three. Sean Marion grabs the miss. Marion's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Going back to foul last season, it wasn't just the one trade that got overturned. It was constant trade rumors all season long. Where Kobe Clark came out and said, either trade him or don't trade him, but don't keep putting his name out there because it's disruptive to the team. He said that halfway through the season. They eventually kept him, of course. I think it weird on everybody, but obviously Clark it weird on him. Yeah, it did. It had to, man. That's tough.
It's hard not to have it wear on you a bit. The Lakers weren't getting a ton of production outside of their big three, and sometimes in a situation like that, it can make sense to trade one of your very good players, but the fact that they were undecided and it didn't happen, it was just kind of hovering, didn't do anybody any good.
And stolen by Mayo. Here's West. Can't get it to go.
Great defense in the paint there, making it tough on the offense.
That's what he brings, a presence. I mean, you saw it on that miss.
Gasol, a screen on West. Marion with the double team. Gasol passes to World Peace. And there's the rejection. Clock at 6. Here's Blake. He's covered by Collison. And O.J. Mayo pulls it down. Mayo's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Collison kicks to Nowitzki. Over Blake. Dallas, no good that time either. Now, World Peace. Inside to Gasol. Count the bucket. Gasol's got 8 points.
How about that play? Great body control. Still manages to finish the play despite the contact.
When that whistle blows, you're not done. Get greedy and find a way to knock it down.
It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Mavericks ahead, leading by just 2. Live from the Staples Center, you're watching.
It's a Halloween broadcast of the NBA. The Denver Nuggets go up against the Philadelphia 76ers this Wednesday.
Well, welcome back as we get set to start the 4th. Who's at the Sprite uncontainable game in this one? Well, let's go to Doris Burke.
Thanks, Kevin. And it's the Mavericks with the Uncontainable Game Award for the offensive stretch they put together. They closed out the first half with an incredible effort, and that second quarter surge looks to be the difference for them as they head to the 4th with the lead.
Doris, thank you. And what a concerted effort they put together tonight.
And that was really the uncontainable aspect in this game, Kevin. They got on the same page as a team and pretty much did what they wanted for the entire stretch.
Well, clearly it's a different game without that scoring run. That was a game-changing run, no doubt.
Jamison dishes to World Peace. He kicks it to Kobe. He's covered by Bobois. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Roddy Bobois. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Sean Marion, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Cunningham comes in for Roddy Bobois. Kobe, the pass to Howard. Leads him in there. World Peace. Jamison kicks to Howard. To tie it up. Outside for World Peace. That's good. And so Howard with the assist. World Peace has got the first basket as we get going in the 4th for the Lakers. Collison with it. Kaman inside. Jams it straight down.
The one-handed flush, very nice.
Yeah, nice strong finish there.
Just punched it home.
Nash with it. Picked up by Collison. The timely screen gave him a step, and he took it all the way.
Nash is such a devastating offensive player because no matter what you do defensively, he always has an answer. One of the best passers and shooters in the history of the game. So whatever you do, he's going to find a way for his team to score.
Well, you've talked a little bit about him hitting open shots. Even when Nash is absolutely smothered and covered, he can still knock it down. It comes back to that focus and awareness of his. I think his body balance and court awareness are two of his best attributes.
And another basket for the Lakers.
Got such a good feel for his shot today, in a really good groove.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
It's Vince Carter on the wing. And sent back by Howard. Kobe against Collison. Kobe kicks to Howard. He passes to Jamison. Carter against Nash. 6 to shoot. The feed now to Kobe. Back 10. Over Carter. Kobe, no luck. Mavericks trailed by 3. Collison inside, defended by Nash. And it's Carter missing.
And excellent interior defense there. Good rotations.
No doubt about it, Steve. He's a real presence inside. Takes up a lot of space.
Howard setting the pick for Nash. Howard up on top. Good, and the assist goes to Nash. And that's 13 points for Howard.
Nice soft touch to drop that one in.
Dallas calls timeout.
And you have to give the ownership a lot of credit for the Mavs' success over the years, guys. A lot of people may not agree with things he has to say, but you can't argue with the success that he's had. He's spent his money, his resources. He's put a ton of passion and energy into building that franchise, and it's developed into one of the best in the entire league.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Rick Carlisle was going over with his team in that last huddle. He actually lit into them pretty heavily, saying, we're being way too soft on the inside. I'd better start to see some toughness and more shots being challenged. No more easy baskets. Pretty strong words, guys.
Nowitzki drives in, and the basket good. You talk about passionate ownership on the sideline, actively involved in crafting the roster and the fan experience. You don't get much better than Dallas. From the top all the way down, it's all about winning and not afraid to push for what's best for the NBA.
And I think he wants the best for his players, too, and that's why, as a player, you've got to love, admire, and respect that. You know that he wants to win just as much as you do, and it's easy to go the extra mile and commit to a team where that's the case coming from ownership.
You know, guys, every year they take a survey of NBA GMs, and one of the questions last year was, who's the toughest player in the league? Kobe Bryant got the most votes, and it wasn't even close.
Matt Barnes is checked in for Meta World Peace. Here's Nowitzki from 13 feet. It goes down. Nowitzki's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, he took advantage of that mismatch size-wise, went right up with it.
Yeah, he loves those mid-range jumpers.
And Nash, here we go. Here's Kobe. Nash gets to Kobe. He gathers, up and in on the way. And the Lakers lead by 5. Going back to Kobe Bryant and his toughness, he plays through injuries that other players, it seems like, can't succumb to.
Yeah, broken fingers, and he had a torn ligament in his wrist last season on his shooting hand, no less, and found a way to play through it. He's got a strong will to play.
Barnes dishes to Gasol, feeds to Barnes, outside for Kobe. The 3. And another 3 for the Lakers.
Well, it took him a long time to get that three-point range. Maybe this will get him going.
The pass to Kuzma. Barnes grabs the miss. Barnes has got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big-time effort.
Just an enormous advantage for them on the boards.
Guys, the key to the lead, to me, has been they've dominated the glass. It's that simple.
Carter kicks to Nowitzki. Over Gasol. Dallas again missing.
That's a huge part of what they want to do defensively. Limit his easy chances inside.
Back to Nash. Nash gets a screen from Gasol. Passes it to Barnes. Pulls up from the corner. Good, and the assist goes to Nash.
Beautiful there. They're trying to pull away.
Well, with smart basketball, little by little, they're building on their lead here.
Nowitzki with the screen on Nash. To end the run. And the basket by Collison.
Nice teamwork there. The pick, freeing up his teammate.
Kobe attacking. Back to Howard. Nash outside. Howard setting the pick for Nash. Pass to Gasol. 17-foot shot on the way. Mavericks trailed by 8. Outside Collison. Steps back and fires. That doesn't go either for Collison.
This has been a game for him to forget. So far, anyway. We'll see if he can pick it up.
Nash against Carter. It's Nash with the drive. And good on the basket. Book it. Nash has got 6 here in this quarter.
He's been a big part of his team building this lead. Another solid offensive effort.
Meta world peace. He's checked in for Matt Barnes.
You know, the Lakers weren't quite as dominant as they were in 2010-11, but it wasn't because of how they played against the West. They really did a nice job against their conference rivals.
Mayo stays with it and hits the off-balance shot. Mayo's got 22.
I'll tell you what, I can't argue with the result, but a little unnecessary to go to the off-balance shot there.
Kobe passes to Howard. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Timon's got his 8th rebound here tonight. 32-16 was their end mark of the season against the West. The Lakers certainly showed they can play with every team that was a contender out there, and they were tough, but it just at the end, it just did not come together.
Well, nonetheless, winning 2 out of every 3 games you play in conference action is a good recipe for finishing near the top of the standings. The Lakers would have loved to have been that #1 seed, but they didn't get it. It wasn't because of how they played in the West, though.
It was, I think, that they were the 3rd seed in the Western Conference, as it turned out. And stolen by Kamen. Here's Mayo. The Lakers with the rebound. They've led by as many as 11 points. On the wing, Kobe, defended by Nowitzki. Near the three-point line, it's Nash. That's in, coming off an assist by Kobe. Kobe's got assist number 5 here tonight. Collison dishes to Marion. Overruled piece. The shot by Marion, no good.
Not a good look at the hoop. They've got to do a better job offensively creating some space.
And Nash gets double teamed. They double him with Kamen. Nash drives in. That one goes. Count. And it's an 11-point Laker lead.
My goodness, he's going off in this quarter. He's got the guys on the bench going crazy. Rally towels and all.
Outside Collison. Collison off the pick from Nowitzki. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with the 3-second violation. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical.
Jump shots haven't been falling, and the free throw attempts have dried up as well.
Yeah, that's something that gave them a boost early, Steve, but now everything's coming from outside.
Dallas calls timeout. They're behind by 10. 1:24 left to play here in the 4th. Here is Collison. Back to Marion. He feeds it to Mayo. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Kamen, rejected by Howard.
Yeah, he's struggled with his shot this quarter, and he's got to find a groove somehow.
Here's Nash. Darren Collison pulls it in. Mavericks trailed by 10. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Steve Nash. That's his 3rd foul of the game. 55 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Mayo kicks to Kamen. Collison beyond the arc. And that one's good.
He didn't have a single point in the first half. Bagel. 0 points. Nada. But he's starting to get into the groove here in the second.
Outside, Kobe. Back to Nash. Gasol, a screen on Collison. And Nash, here we go. He dishes it to Kobe. Misses the 3. And for the Mavericks, they're shooting under 40% all in all for the game. Mayo, and that's for two. Good! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5. The Lakers shooting a respectable 47% from the field in this one. And an intentional foul right there. The Lakers with the ball, and now they decide to foul intentionally. He drops the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. And so he drops them both. It's a 7-point game.
And now the lead really is looking very secure after those 2 free throws. Nice job.
There's 18 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Here's Carter. It's good! Now, here is Morris. Deflected! The 3 from Bobois. They get it back. Grant. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. First free throw is good, and that shrinks the margin to just 4. And so Brand nails both of them. And so it's the Lakers who come out on top here. It was tight, but they managed to come up with the win.
Nobody wants to lose a close game, Kevin. It's much better to win those tight ones.
Thank you for joining us for this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. For Clark, Stephen Doris, and the rest of the crew, this is Kevin Holland saying thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Last but not least, here is your Jordan Player of the Game, Steve Nash.